my brethren, we decide to go to the moon using our pirate ships, not because it is easy,
It didn't sound anything
but
like
because
that.
it is hard.
It didn't sound like that at all.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Clips channel. Did you know this isn't our main channel? Yeah, you should subscribe over and find our main videos and our streams as well. We also have a podcast that you can find wherever podcasts can be found, so explore the internet. See you there.
Anyway. Well, that's giving me much to mull over. I feel as though we're one step closer to understanding the form's true motives and the mysteries of life itself, for good measure. It's funny, I came here with the intent of expressing my gratitude only to leave more indebted than before. I have a feeling his friendship and support will be a great boon to us in the days to come. And on that note, let's head back to the annex. Perhaps on the way, you could better acquaint yourself with Key, Alifo, and our Scholark suggested, while I share our findings with Raha.
Zelda is dancing in my doorway and she's not listening to me. Baby, come here. Come in. Zelda. Oh my gosh, she left.
The mirror,
heartbroken.
Louis Vuitton, the opposite of TikTok cloud chaser. The internet would be a very different place if we summoned monster versions of the people we watch videos of.
Yeah, man, I don't, Mr. Beast just gets summoned
That's
and just
right, yeah.
starts...
But it wouldn't be Mr. Beast. It would be your interpretation of Mr. Beast.
So I would think of that big over-contrasted smile that's on all of his thumbnails.
Oh, and on the cookies in the grocery store now, too. You can't escape it. Raha says, if I may be so informal.
Oh, you're allowed to say Raha.
Am
I think you are.
I don't think I am.
I think the Warrior of Light is allowed to say Raha.
Okay.
He crushes on you super hard, man.
Could make matters worse.
Oh my god. I mean, only if you're not into it, but like, why wouldn't you be? Have you met Raha?
I'm curious about the super chat here from Rami before we go on. Heidelin did the memory wipe. You learned it in 2.0 as a legacy player. She undoes it in the ending cutscene. Which ending cutscene?
I don't remember that. I have no memory of this memory.
No, that
wipe.
was a long time ago, 2.0.
Post Praetorium. Okay.
Oh. Yeah, more reason for us to do the Realm Reborn playthrough after this.
So legacy only player though cutscene. So we wouldn't have gotten it.
Yeah, that's wild. That's cool that they programmed that in for everybody.
Jesus.
Who did that?
The layers.
If we're gonna talk about that, we're gonna talk about the weird floating towards Sid thing. So we'll move on.
Welcome back. From what I hear, your trip to the studium proved most educational. While you were away, I received word from our fellow scions. As expected, news of the warning scales was met with much joy. Preparations are now underway to bring the leadership of the Grand Company of Eorzea and the Eastern Alliance together to determine a way forward. Our friends have asked that we bring the scales in opposition to Limsa.
So the time has come for us to go on the offensive.
It's too early to say for certain, but that does seem to be the way the winds are blowing. I, for one, can think of no reason to oppose such plan. But let us see what awaits us in Vilbrand.
Let's start by getting the scales out of storage. Give me a hand, would you, Astidian? It's a date. Private date.
Two of them. Ship them.
Are we still cutscening? Oh, yeah, they're bringing in the shards.
Oh, didn't realize these crates are so heavy. I shouldn't complain, though. Vitra and the alchemists of the Great Work put their heart and soul into each and every one of these scales, so you must treat them with the utmost care.
Are you not coming with us?
As much as I would like to escape the form's watchful gaze, I have little choice but to stay behind. We're already on thin ice here, and if I, in my capacity as our official representative, were found to be consorting with foreign powers, well, you can imagine how that would go. I shall remain here and do my utmost to avoid ruffling any feathers as I await word from Master Matoya and our other allies.
With luck, we'll soon have good news of our own to share. The tides are about to turn. I can feel it. True Limsa Lomensa. I am so thirsty today.
Playing the perfect game for it.
Oh my god, Kyle. Slow hanging fruit. We are going to see Merweb.
Yep, it's all coming up Garrett.
I was told to expect you. As you may or may not be aware, the Admiral is at present entertaining the Elder Seedseer and the Sultana. Can I just get one cutscene with Merweb without those other two jackholes showing up? 3 of the most powerful women in the world in one room. Do you need a moment to prepare, or should I show you to them?
Garrett's in.
Off to another cutscene where Merweb gets like 3 lines.
I don't know, man. This might be her
I'm
big,
memeing a little
her
bit.
big
here,
moment.
sir. Oh, was that voice?
Do her justice.
Not a Mojoyers, rise up! Okay, Armadillo. Okay. All right. I don't remember what I was doing for Merweb.
Yeah, got you drawl a little bit. It's salty sea air. Everything ends in a big
By
A.
all means, Kyle, because this is kind of doing it for me.
Well, I do Nanamo already, which means you get Seed Seer. Are you okay with that?
No, I'll Merweb and Seedseer because it's been a bit of a Kyle show tonight. So I'm happy to share the load.
It's kind of JFK.
What?
It's kind of, my brethren, we decide to go to the moon using our pirate ships, not because it is easy,
It didn't sound anything
but
like
because
that.
it is hard.
It didn't sound like that at all. What's wrong with you?
The fishermen on the coast, put on your stupid helmet and let's go. Miss Beard, where's your stupid helmet?
How am I supposed to do voices now?
My apology for calling you all the way down. It's actually not that close. It was fun, but it wasn't that close.
It wasn't that close at all. It didn't sound like that even a little. Even a little. Could you just say clam chowder before we leave?
Clam chowder.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, God. Nothing I do is going to live up to that now. Jesus Christ. My apologies for calling you away from Charlene at such short notice. On the contrary, we are honored and grateful, and pleasantly surprised to be joined by such esteemed company. 'Twas only right that this discussion be conducted in person. With my upside-down unicorn for a necklace.
Cannot see it.
We are locked in a war of attrition. Our forces struggle to contain the threat posed by the towers, and it is only a matter of time before we are overwhelmed. Victory will only be claimed through decisive action, and we have taken the initiative to set the wheels in motion. It is reassuring to learn we are all in accord. This many people couldn't fit in an accord. But might I ask what your plan entails?
I'm laughing, but not hard.
You shouldn't.
It hinges entirely on the warding scales of our ability to utilize their potential to the fullest.
Oh God, that's right. You started doing this freaking voice.
It's spot on, if you ask me.
It is spot on. During your time in Charlean, the allied nations have been engaged on separate fronts with no end in sight. To make matters worse, a surge in abductions of kobolds, Sahagin, Ixals, and Ananta have given rise to an increasing number of primals as well.
You've all ruined Morroweb for an extended period of time.
Yes, you really have.
Make matters worse, a surge of abduction.
Please,
Kobolds.
can you please shoot a TikTok reading some Merlib lines just to get this out of your system.
Primals.
Now you lost it entirely.
Oh, okay. Please continue. Okay,
Mute
please
yourself.
Continue. Please continue.
But your triumphant Razathan has given us cause to hope once more.
The time has come to free ourselves of this menace. And it is you, the scions of the seventh dawn, who have shown us the way.
Did you say the way?
I didn't mean to say the way.
I'm teetering on the brink of constant giggle fits, and you are not helping.
I apologize.
While the bulk of our forces will continue to hold the Telophoroi at bay, we will dispatch our finest to strike at the enemy's heart, Garlemald. These brave few will be the Ilsabard contingent. To think such progress has been made in so short a span. Its objectives are twofold. The first is to provide aid to the people of Garlemald.
As previously reported, countless Imperial soldiers and civilians have been tempered, robbed of their free will. They serve the Telophoroi's every whim without question. They too are victims. It is our duty to deliver them from their suffering, not for strategic or political gain, but because it is the right thing to do. I did not ask that we set aside the decades of conflict and conquest, that we simply choose to forgive and forget. I ask only that in choosing to remember, we do not also forsake our compassion and morality, for without that, there can be no reconciliation, only death without end. Damn.
Aye. On that we can all agree. Our second objective is the colossal tower that Thancred and Oriange observed in the capital. Though its purpose remains unclear, there's reason to believe the smaller spires are merely a precursor of what's yet to come. Until the Tower of Zot was toppled, we'd failed to make any headway. Though the same could be said of the Telophoroi, there's certainly no rush to press further into our lands. I'd wager the Spire's primary purpose is to divide and keep us occupied, while they work towards our annihilation. This would appear to be substantiated by Y'shtola's analysis of the tower's influence on ethereal currents. Based on our observations inside the Tower of Zot, the spires siphon ether from the land, consuming it to maintain their form. However, they draw forth far more than is required for this task alone.
Well, why isn't everyone giving a shit that Y'shtola saw an arm inside the thing? Like, somebody cut up bodies to make this tower. That seems important.
It does seem important.
Yeah.
Where are the body parts coming from?
Yeah, whose body is it? I mean, it's not unknown to Sunder. LOL.
Like a bunch of Xenos clones?
I mean, you know, it's that classic kind of storyline where you cut somebody up.
They just got a basement full of extra solaces, I guess. They could just, like, hack him up.
Yeah, but then you'd put a whole solace in there, right? You wouldn't just put an arm unless you had, like, the original. Like, it's very much that divide him across the corners of the earth so he may never be rejoined because he's so powerful.
The rest of him is on the moon.
Yeah, because why would it, like, one dude wouldn't be Zodiark cut into pieces?
I mean, really, Kyle, I'm just asking for you to give me a hand here.
I see what you're doing.
The excess of ether remains unaccounted for, but we can be sure it is not being harnessed for our benefit. Just want Merle to be like, yes, no shit. It wouldn't surprise me in the least if it was being redirected to the larger spire in the capital. There's a logic in that. Regardless, once we have uncovered the truth, we'll bring their schemes crashing down, along with their infernal towers.
Just like Batman. the Riddler thing that I talked about? That's all well and good. But what would you have us do? I assumed it's more than handing over the scales and being on our way.
I want you all to know how much I'm holding it in right now so we can actually get through this cutscene. We want you and your scales to join the Ilzabard contingent. Consider it an official request from both the Grand Company of Eorzea and the Eastern Alliance. Do you accept?
Perhaps you should be the one to answer that.
You could have just given me the choice.
I think they wanted to make sure, you knew all the Scions were in agreement that you were putting forward the word. This is an interesting choice.
I'm vengeful. I'm going for the bottom.
For revenge against the Telophoroi, huh?
F those nerds.
Guess honoring. I feel
I'm
weird.
a D. Where is the hell yeah?
Yeah. All right. I guess I'll for honor and glory. This is kind of a weird one for the people.
We go with the bottom.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
But
Bottom.
it doesn't matter. It's not voice acted.
It's not voice acted.
I would have picked the middle one if it was a period instead of an exclamation point.
Couldn't have put it better myself. Y'shtola, Thancred, and Orion J have already pledged their support and are on their way to meet the rest of the contingent. They were positive you would come to the same decision as they did. Luckily for all involved, their prediction was correct.
Once you have delivered the warding scales to Alamigo, the contingent will embark on its journey to Ilzabard. Raban and Lord Amalric are overseeing preparations, so I suggest you make yourself known upon your arrival.
Pack warm clothing, furs and the like. Without it, the cold will do you in before the Telophoroi so much as draw steel. As for us, we'll keep the enemy busy while you're gone. They're not the only ones who can create a diversion. Now go, safe in the knowledge Eorzea will be as you left it, or better, upon your return. This music rules.
I would want to see this performed live. This sounds fun.
Yeah.
Oh, to kill it like that.
And back to the music I hear all the time because I always hang out in Limsa.
Oh, hello, Faye. You look very... Thank you. I already have the hoodie. I am prepared for cold weather. I appreciate it.
No sleep till. Bam, bam, bam. Isabard!
I mean, they've got the alliance here. They're going for a full-blown... Oh my goodness. You are an imposing figure there, Rogar. Nice armor. That looks cool.
Oh goodness, yeah.
Yeah.
You're like my pyramid bracelets from high school became a whole full set of paladin armor.
I mean, you look like if you show up to like a guild meet and everyone's like, who's tanking? And everyone goes, that guy. I got tank.
There.
No, I'm just impressed that they're going for the battle here. I'm assuming it'll go horribly wrong and all their souls will get siphoned or something horrible like that. If Amalric asks after me, say that I'm fine and leave it at that. You guys are cute. I know it's cold, but how cold? Well, I need to keep my ears covered. They can be a bit sensitive at times. All right, Raban.
Is this it? Are we gonna click on Raban and immediately be ported away to cold weatherland?
Oh my goodness, it's been forever. I used to do a deep voice modulator for Raban, but he doesn't really sound like that anymore. So he would do like good. No, that doesn't work. Let's see. Let's
I mean, you could keep doing what I've always done, which is whatever voice I did the first time, that's the voice forever.
Okay, here we are. Let's do it.
Yeah!
All right. The Wanderers return. You've been busy, bringing down a tower and producing the keys to destroy the rest of them. You should be proud. Those warding scales of yours are what's made this whole venture possible.
Will you and Lord Amalric be leading the contingent?
Regrettably, no. Our role is to organize the various delegations into a cohesive unit. Once we have seen you all off, it's back to our respective posts. We dare not neglect our duties for too long, lest our defensive efforts fall into disarray. And, just between us, there was a fair amount of opposition to the formation of the Ilzabard contingent. The very suggestion that we send out some of our finest troops behind enemy lines as lines to render aid unto Garleans has made me rather unpopular in certain quarters. Can't please them all. Sadly not, though I do my best. You sure do. Truth be told, I'd much rather be at your side. Charging into the fray? Alas, I've battles of my own to fight, where words may serve me better than any blade.
The Kyle Ferguson Show, everybody.
I hate to say it, but Lord Amric's struggles mirror my own. For the time being, the best we can offer you is a peace of mind from knowing Eorzea is in safe hands. As you fight the good fight in Ilzabard, I and the other commanders will do what we can to convince the naysayers that our cause is just.
Thank you, both of you.
For
We meet again? Please?
Nope.
Oh.
Ah, nice.
I forgot what Gaius sounds like. Much has occurred since we
There you
parted
go.
ways in
Nice.
Werlet. From what I gather, the protective talisman you obtained led to the formation of this expeditionary force. My contribution on this occasion is but a minor one, that being the information I have shared with Maxima. For the sake of the people of Garlemald, may the fates be on your side.
Oh my goodness, Maxima, Gaius, and Amric all in one scene. Oh,
This is Kyle's Yowie fanfic has
it's too
assembled.
much. All the handsome people are here. Oh my god. Oh my god. So you're not coming with us? Strange. I thought you'd have a stake in this.
I do. The Talaferoi have laid waste to my homeland and enslaved my people. But though every mote of my being cries for vengeance, I cannot be the one to deliver it. My presence alone would place the entire mission in jeopardy. I stand accused of murdering Emperor Varus and plunging Garlemald into chaos. Were I to travel to the Ilzabard contingent, it would give my countrymen ample cause to question our motives. Conversely, those who believe me innocent may instead celebrate the return of a former legatus and attempt to raise me to a position of leadership, further destabilizing the region and complicating the contingent's mission.
So awesome.
TLDR, it's not about me. Whether I am branded a villain or hailed as a hero, I would only hinder your efforts.
I love Gaius.
He is one of my favorite characters.
He's such
without
a
doubt.
well-written character. He's so damn good.
Dude, like one of my favorite archetypes in Star Wars, and they don't utilize it enough, is Imperial Defector. And
Yeah.
Gaius is like one of the greatest of that archetype. Like absolutely one of the greatest that I've seen in fiction.
Yeah, they gave him the redemption story without like nullifying his past and being like, and it didn't matter. Like they did so good. I mean, I like bottom because it feels like I earned it.
Yeah, but I also think two is very, very true. But that's also true. I feel you've earned bottom.
Yeah, I've earned bottom. I'm going.
Okay. Does yours start with a fair point?
No, mine says, and I will defend it to my dying breath. After the sacrifices my sons and daughters made, I can do no less.
Aw.
Yeah.
Mine says, a fair point, but so long as you refrain from announcing your arrival to all and sundry, the average person should have no inkling as to your identity. Although your titles and deeds are common knowledge, only a select few would recognize you on sight alone. Perhaps one day, they will learn that the Warrior of Light is not a demon to be feared, but a man deserving of their trust.
Okay, so mine went on to say, and I and the government intend to offer refuge to those fleeing Garlemald. Should that time come, we'll be ready.
Kyle, I know You have your own warrior of light, but I straight up look at Maxima and I just see Kyle. There's something, I know you don't wear glasses, you haven't had long hair in a while. There's just something about this character I look at and I'm like, this is Kyle. If Kyle was in Final Fantasy 14, this would be him.
I'll take it. I will take it. I don't even remember what he sounded like in like that one cutscene.
I don't either.
Yeah, so
I don't know.
in the light of Gaius's rather unique circumstances, I instead will assume the role of your guide. Though I may have defected for political reasons, my love for Garlemald endures. I would stop at nothing to protect her and her people.
Well said. Might I ask you to escort our friends inside?
Are we gonna have to fight a snake lady? Or a lady that should have been a snake lady?
You might even bump into our old acquaintance or two. And if I don't see you again ere you depart, may the Fury guide and protect you. All of you.
I miss you so much sometimes.
We all miss
it
you.
hurts at night.
Beg your pardon?
Oh, I'm sorry. I said the quiet part out loud.
The other members of the Ilzabad contingent are gathering in the royal palace. I shall inform them of your arrival, so please, make your way inside as soon as you are ready.
I've made it with a Moogle. Inform the men. Dude, this guy has a bad haircut. Sir?
Yeah.
Sir? It's time to go see your barber.
Oh, the remaining members of the Scions.
Scions.
Go for it.
Your friends, sorry, I had a frog in my throat. And most of the Ilzabad contingent of wave you within. Would you like me to see you through? I'll see you at 12.
By the 12.
All right, by the 12.
Oh.
Yeah. Look at all those people.
F the haters. I love Lise. It's good to see her.
Glad you could join us. I hope you don't mind, but we went ahead and started without you.
As you can imagine, our traveling companions were eager to become acquainted. 'Tis a rare thing indeed to see such a diverse and talented group of individuals assembled for a single purpose. We fight not only for the sake of Eorzea, but for the entire world, including the people of Garlemald. Much rides on the efforts of the Ilzabad contingent.
Indeed, which is why I am glad to find myself in the company of many trusted comrades.
Look who's back.
Yourselves included.
I love Lucia.
Yeah, she was a cool character.
Lucia!
I have come at the behest of Lord Emmerich, who has honored me with the role of Ishgard's representative. And for the good of all nations, not least my former homeland, I am determined to see this mission through to its end. We have a hard road ahead of us, but walk it we shall, together.
To the end?
We too welcome this opportunity to work together once more. I have faith that, if there is a way to resolve this conflict, we will find it.
Allow me to introduce you to the rest of our company. Everyone! If I may have your attention.
Was that Sky Pirates?
Oh.
Had a lot of characters on screen.
Yeah.
At once.
Might I ask you to speak first?
If I must, I am Arun Senna, spokesman for the Gridanian delegation, here on behalf of my esteemed sister, the Elder Seedseer.
You were
We
talking
shall
about
provide
haircuts?
support and protection to those in need during our time in
This kid
Garlemald.
creeps me the frick out.
To that end, I am joined by healers selected by the Conjurers Guild, with the Order of the Twin Adder's Finest serving as our escort.
Battle shorts.
Suppose I'd better say my piece.
Hey!
Yeah.
Wait, I know you.
He's the guy in the cave, right?
Yeah.
The name's Sicard, in case you've forgotten. Truth be told, I'd rather you had forgotten. Any road, the Admiral asked Captain Hillfear to send his best, and for whatever reason, he picked me.
The whole duel thing with Merwin.
Of course, if I'd refused, I'd be the laughing stock of the bloody executioners, and my reputation's taken enough of a keyhauling as it is. But more importantly, like any pirate worth his salt, I know when you're staring down a storm, you gotta trust in the commander of your ship. So if the Admiral wants us to go to Garlemald, not for plunder and glory, but the promise of peace in our time, then that's what we'll do. Since we all know how much the Empire loves its steel, we thought we'd bring along a few smiths to make the most of it. Give them a pile of scrap and they'll cobble together anything you fancy. Of course, just like the Gridanians, we got fighters of our own. We might have come with a more constructive purpose in mind, but we're more than capable of cracking skulls, believe you me.
Well, you're certainly raring to go. But then again, so are we. The most dependable warriors of Uldar and Alamigo have assembled at the Sultana and General Aldin's behest.
Let Pippin speak. I mean, they're cool too.
If Garlemald has truly fallen, then the whole place is likely to be crawling with Telophoroi. We'll need plenty of troops to clear and hold a path for others to follow. That's where we come in. Naturally, Marshal Tarapin and I will be leading from the front.
I want a black mage so bad.
It's been some time since I last saw you in your element on the battlefield.
From what I've heard, you've become pretty fearsome yourself. Master Matoya, the Avatar of Destruction.
Nice. Well done.
With comrades like these, I know we'll succeed, no matter what awaits us. And then we might finally get a chance to enjoy a good long rest. But until then, let's give it our all.
As for Ishgard, we Temple Knights have come in force to uphold our nation's commitment to the peace and welfare of our allies. The bitter cold of Garlemald is a formidable enemy in of itself. Our experience fighting in ice and snow will prove invaluable in the days ahead. Accordingly, I have been designated commander of the Ilzabard contingent. I will do all in my power to provide you with the leadership and guidance you require.
Finally.
The four high houses, House Hylinart foremost among them, have arranged for a host of machinists to join us on our mission. Their knowledge of Imperial Magitech is sure to be a great boon. They will address any problems of a technical nature, together with the smiths of Limsa. There is another awaiting introduction.
Oh,
Lord Emanolane!
Punch it for old time's sake.
Ah, yes. Emanolane de Forton, at your service. Though, lest there be any misunderstanding, I should stress that I've not become a fearsome warrior while you were away. Rather, far from it, actually. My brother, in his infinite wisdom, decided this would be an excellent chance to make something of myself. Oh, and fight for world peace and all that. But, should the opportunity arise for a spot of ballroom dancing, I will be your twinkle-toed gentleman of light.
In front of everybody?
You're still the worst.
What? Why? What? Everyone's here getting ready for battle? Nobody liked that. Everyone's uninspired.
Kyle, the man who says that he can't watch The Office because it literally makes him die inside. I love this. I love this.
Wow.
It's tricking you into all the things that you don't normally watch.
I want to go bottom.
Oh, I'm definitely bottom on this one.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, damn, I said it like that.
Huzzah! I cannot wait to regale Honohua with my tales of daring do.
I believe that concludes introductions for the Grand Company of Eorzea. Our allies from the Eastern Alliance were due to arrive some time ago, but it would appear they have been delayed.
Would that be the shinobi of Doma?
Actually, they've been tasked with relaying messages back and forth between the various Eastern nations. According to Lord Hien, however, an equally capable company of warriors has been sent in their stead.
Out of my way, you preening fool!
Yeah!
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yes! I love strong blood. Although Magna is back.
Yeah.
Forgive us for coming late. We are the delegates of the Eastern Alliance.
He did big attacks, you know? Be useful.
Cyrena, and you've brought company.
For battle and blood we come, as a step is sorely lacking in both. No towers befoul our lands, so we marched on those of Doma, only to find them beyond our reach. But now our thirst for slaughter will be slaked. No quarter to the enemy!
Sadu Hatun, no. We go to make peace with the Iron Men, not war.
Warriors of the Steppe, we've heard many tales of your bravery. We welcome you as allies. And these other ones you have brought are...
Members of the Dalmascan resistance group, Lente's Tears.
And the Bosnian resistance.
Oh, I hope they're not mad at us.
Between them, they have a wealth of experience in espionage, and are particularly adept at infiltrating Imperial facilities. Which is fortuitous, since Garlemald's domain is so vast that I could never hope to handle reconnaissance duties all by myself.
Dalmasca, Bosnia, Alamigo. All lands which have suffered the tyranny of the Empire. I would never presume to question your motives. Nevertheless, I must reiterate that our goal is to aid the victims of the Telophoroi, the common folk of Garlemald. And they are victims, make no mistake. Though I understand that many may struggle to see them as such.
We did end up having a Baja stream tonight.
For every one of us that answered the call, there were a dozen that refused.
It always comes back to Boja in the end.
Every time.
Not only in Alamigo, but everywhere we went. And who could blame them? The Empire's always been the enemy. But after seeing what we've seen, fighting and working against and with Garleans, there's no denying the simple truth. They're just people. No different from you or I. They've got their share of liars and murderers, but so do we. So do we all. Fordola, who once swore herself to Garlemald, has proven herself a trusted ally time and time again. Every Eorzean here knows Cid Garland, the Imperial defector who shared with us countless technological wonders. Gaius bloody Baelsar himself is working to help rebuild Wurlid, a nation he once conquered. So you can believe me when I say that every fighter here understands and accepts that the Imperials are not monsters and are deserving of help. Or at least that they were able to put aside their feelings for the greater good. It won't be easy, but we're all determined to make this world a better place.
What lingering concerns I may have had were clearly unwarranted. I agree with everything you said wholeheartedly.
Then we are in accord. Now, let us review our strategy. To reach the Garlean capital in northern Ilsabard, we must cross the central mountain range. Fortunately, Garlond Ironworks can provide aerial transport, sparing us this most treacherous part of our journey. However, attempting to fly any closer to Garlemald would attract the attention of the Telophoroi. As they appear to have seized control of the majority of the Imperial military, we must assume that includes its fleet. In addition, Garlemald possesses devices that can interfere with airship navigational systems, further discouraging an airborne approach.
Given the circumstances, the closest we dare deploy our contingent is an area between the range and the capital, the Magna Glaciers. From there, we must travel the rest of the way on foot. We will also need to bring the airships with us to ensure we can withdraw with haste. Although much of the terrain will be blanketed in snow, we should be able to make use of local roads and shipping facilities. The vast ice field will afford us an unobstructed view of the surrounding area. On the other hand, it will also allow others to easily spot us, so it is imperative that we only make camp in positions where we can easily defend ourselves. And the airships, which must be kept safe at all costs.
We cannot account for every possibility, so we must be prepared to think on our feet. We will be tested. Sorely tested, I expect. But for our homes and for our people, and a people not our own but in need, we will succeed. Spare no effort in your preparations. Once we depart, there is no turning back.
You have to tell me to spend time with my clan twice. What a great cutscene.
Yeah, they did a cute trick there too. They froze all the background NPCs so it wouldn't overtax their various
Yeah,
productions.
I noticed they weren't moving, and for a second I was like, are they 2D? But there was still real-time lighting on them. You could tell. Like, there was a couple of them that were in half shadow, and you could see it doing the kind of the jitter that shadows in this game does. So they were 3D, they just weren't moving.
No, it was a good call. And I hope they go back and do that to the Ice Heart War scene and such too.
PS3 died for this.
Well,
oh, you mean the Ice Heart War when she's like yelling to the people in Ishgard and there's like 4 dudes in the background? You and that other person, we must call off this war.
What? Who said that?
Oh, that was dope. I can't believe we got our Boja tonight.
It still happened. Squeezing it in.
You know, I really, mods, you should have been banning everyone yelling Boja tonight. That was such a massive spoiler.
Massive spoiler, yeah.
Massive
Absolutely.
effing spoiler.